Hello there, everybody. I'm Mel Allen, and this is Baseball Collector.
Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, Baseball Collector, and tonight I am doing a contest response. And I don't do a whole lot of contest responses, not because I don't think contests are cool. There're just a lot of them, and so I just try to, kind of limit what I do in that arena. But I will say that this one really got me thinking, and I was excited to do it. Purple GT22 is the channel name running this contest. His name's Steve, and he has been in the YouTube card community for a really long time. He's kind of one of the OGs, and I thought it important to support him, and I really thought it was a awesome idea that he had. So I saw Caesar did a video today about it, and then Card Cutter, Eric Those Back Pages did a video about it, and then I saw that Sevens did a video about it. AR Falk 77. If you don't know who AR Falk 77 is, you're talking about one of the super OG guys in the YouTube card community. Really was a founding member of kind of doing things the way we do here in the community. Created a lot of cool relationships and networks and all the things that we do now. And he was kind of one of those guys that did that in the beginning. And so what I've seen through all these guys doing these videos, by the way, the topic is, how has YouTube changed your life? And so I'm going to talk about that a little bit, and I may ramble. I hope I don't, but we'll see. But I do want to talk about this because it's a really cool topic, and what ends up happening, what I've seen happen, and I think I'm going to do, is you end up kind of talking about how did you get started in YouTube, what's your history with YouTube, and through that process, it kind of shows how it's changed your life a little bit. And for me, I started on YouTube in terms of just watching YouTube, and I created my channel and all that stuff back in January of 2007. And I watched for a long time, and not a lot, like just occasionally I would go find YouTube videos. People ask me, why do I have the name Baseball Collector? Well, because back in 07 that name was available, and that's what I did, and so that's the name that I took. And so that's why it's so kind of painfully obvious, what I do, right, is Baseball Collector. Why not? And so that's the name I got, and just started watching content. And then in 2013 I did a card room video because I had seen somebody else do one, and I thought, well, I kind of have a cool card room is what I thought, and I did it. And it was, our first video, all of us can say our first videos were just horrible, and mine are the same. They're just horrible. I did a couple of other videos in 13, and then I took a break because I didn't have a good camera. I felt like you sound like an idiot on camera, you sound terrible, and all these things that I was only telling myself. And so I kind of did very sporadic videos until about 2017, when I really started, early in 2017, start doing more consistent content and saying, hey, I'm just getting stuff, I'm just going to kind of roll with it, because I was inspired by a lot of guys that I saw doing regular content. And so it became more and more a part of kind of my daily routine. I looked forward to coming home, and did I get a mail day to do a package mail day? Did I, do I have a part of my collection I want to showcase? Do I have all these different things of YouTube video ideas? And just all of it started coming to me. And when you say, how did it change nothing that in that regard in terms of my collecting. I was going to collect what I collect, and this was just an avenue to show that off. But like a lot of people have said, I don't have people around me to share my collection with. I'd have a card room with no one caring what was in the card room, other than the occasional person that would come over to the house and say, oh, that's cool, and then probably walk out of the room under the breath going, that guy's crazy. So I didn't have anybody to share it with. And so the way YouTube has changed, it hasn't changed my life per se. What it has done is it's just totally enhanced my hobby, and it's made this hobby so much more enjoyable. And it's not about making a video, which is fun and all, but it's about the connections that the videos allow you to make with the people that are behind the videos, watching the videos, commenting on the videos, etc. And so I guess in a way that it's changed my life, and that it's introduced me to this whole ton of people that are out there that share this madness that we call card collecting. And no matter what type of cards you collect, there's a common bond there. And I've found myself becoming friends with so many people. And I remember my first YouTube friend, so to speak, was Ray from Philly. And I can't remember how it all happened, but somehow I got his phone number and I called him. And I remember thinking, God, I hope this guy's not crazy, and you think these things, which by the way is all completely this weird, it's all you feeling that way. Because if you hear other people talk about guys in the community, we're all just guys and wanting to share our passions with each other. And so Ray from Philly and I talked on the phone and became friends, and I've added people. Garrett Card Cutter, I talk to him almost every day, especially when he's not on a boat somewhere. I talk to Eric a lot. I talk to Andrew and so many. I mean, I can't even start naming them all. But I will tell you, I talk to or text with a YouTuber probably 4 or 5 every day. I mean, heck, I'm even wearing a YouTuber's t-shirt right now, Jeff from Pack Geek, who I talked to today, by the way. So the point is that these connections, this format, YouTube has allowed me to make connections with people that I would never have otherwise and would never know. And you would go to the National, I remember in 2014 when I went to the National, this is a great point. I went to the National in 2014 in Cleveland, and I knew 0 people in the hobby. And so I walked around completely anonymous and just kind of doing my thing. And then in 2018, when I went back to Cleveland, it was totally different because I had been on YouTube, about 1.5 years at that point, really hard YouTube, 1.5 years, doing lots of content. And I tell you, it was a completely different experience of actually knowing people and getting to meet guys like Eric and Hitman 23 and Andrew and Bill Hoff Collector and Andy, she blinded me with refractors. All these guys, right? You meet all these people and you know who they are, and it is like reaching through the screen and going, hey, nice to meet you. I've known you for a long time. and you don't know them in the same way as meeting them, but it totally changes the dynamic. And then it changes the way you watch YouTube from that point forward. This year at the National, as I met tons and tons of new people, and they are like, man, I've never met any, they've never met tubers before, and this is their first experience doing that. I'm like, it's going to change the way you watch YouTube. I promise, just trust me. And sure enough, they're texting me going, yep, you're right. I mean, because you now know that person in a different way and beyond just watching them on screen. And so if it's changed my life, anything, it's enhanced my love for the hobby. It's added a lot more depth to my love for the hobby with the people, the relationships, and just the special connection that you get to make with people. It's very unique and very, very cool. So I really enjoy all the people that I've gotten to meet because of this format, because of this thing called YouTube, and I just really appreciate everybody. So that's changed my life, and sometimes it annoys Julie because I get texts or calls or whatever. I'm talking to somebody. I'm just thinking through my phone. It's just crazy how many people's phone numbers I have, and you don't just give your phone number to any random person out there. So it means a lot that you can build a relationship and build trust with people, and that they actually want to talk to you and hang out with you and talk cards and talk life. And so many people have said it already on their videos. It's more than just cards, right? You get to know someone and you talk about a lot of stuff. So beyond just cards. So I can just tell you that the YouTube experience for me and how it's changed my life is all for the better. I don't have any negative things to say about it at all. I really enjoy making content. I enjoy being creative. I enjoy showing off my cards. I enjoy connecting with people, all these different things. And so that the depth that's added to my joy for the hobby is, I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so glad that I did it. And I'm so glad I finally got off the schneid and several years ago and really started making content and involving myself in the community. You can talk to tons of people. They'll all probably echo those sentiments of how special that this is. So that's it. Done rambling. Shout out to all my friends. Thank you guys for making this experience so special and changing my life for the better in terms of just giving me so many more people that I can call my friend. And that's it. So we will catch you guys soon. Go out and make a video about this, man. Go check out Steve, Purple GT22. I think this is a great idea, and I think it'd be great to hear everyone's stories about how YouTube has changed their life and in whatever capacity that looks like for you. So go do that. I encourage you. We'll talk to you soon. Keep collecting.